I mean, Asimo obviously is one of the most active Shoto players in the world. He is an absolute monster in every sense of the word. Here we go, game 1. Happy birthday to Neo.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Here's a Shoryu to the face.
You know the thing about his birthday is that it was his birthday before we took our flights to
to here. Yeah.
And because of like time zones and stuff, he basically experienced his birthday for about a grand total of like 40-ish hours. Because it was like morning again the moment he got into he set foot into San Jose. So.
Oh, you flew into San Jose. Interesting. Most people I know fly like directly to San Francisco.
Yeah,
I also just came back from Asia, so I kind of experienced that. Yeah, I was in the Philippines for about 2 weeks, and I came back, and I landed about the same time I took off. I was like, oh my god, I'm time traveling.
Right.
Yeah. All right, game 1 so far. That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, Asimo was looking really good in that particular position, but kind of getting hit by what some might call the day 1.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, I think it was just a kind of read-based thing. Like, you wouldn't go for something so silly, would you? And Neo's just like, yep, Neo back here.
Yeah, and it's really one of those things where you can kind of Yomi level 0 your opponent, because most people are thinking, well, you know, he's not got a lot of good neutral get-up options. You can't really attack from ledge, so he's probably going to jump in this early situation. And, you know, now Ashimo's got it in his head. He got punished for that. We'll see if he can adapt. And Neo now has been pretty overwhelming. Not afraid to get in his face and air-to-air despite the focus attack.
Not afraid to get in his face as well with the fact that he ran straight under the
platform?
The Shakunetsu.
Oh, yeah.
He ran straight under the Shakunetsu because he knew that Corrin's like running animation would kind of just avoid the hitbox, which was microspacing at its finest, but Neo getting hit by an up smash, almost hitting an up smash.
What? Who needs microspacing when you've got turnaround, auto turnaround?
Precisely so.
Yes.
Asimo still in the back foot, but still looking quite good.
Yeah, and this is a position. This is a position where Ryu could definitely just absolutely take a stock if you take your foot off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah, also make the most out of that rage that you have right now. 117, and hang on a second, making the... Oh, that was so close, he messed it up.
What a conversion!
Such a shame.
That was actually such an insane conversion from Neo. So one of the big problems that Titan had in his set against Neo was that Titan was just not able to land whatsoever, and he was getting his focus attack snuffed out. Asimo is still using focus attack to land, but he's actually getting so much more off of it. It's interesting to see how much closer that Asimo does his focus attacks to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about timing, isn't it, at the end of the day? There might be a little bit of Asimo knowing how Neo plays in general, because he's played more friendlies with him. But at the same time, like, I don't think Asimo needs to worry too much. There's aspects where Asimo has to worry about when to use focus, because Neo's up air is absolutely massive. And then there's also the other aspects of the fact that there aren't any multi-hits that are going to kill him if it isn't like the neutral B, you know? Nice roll read.
Yeah, I mean, we saw there another back air closing out the stock. The back air is probably Corrin's primary damage tool and kill tool in the air. So yeah, the fact that there are no multi-hits really makes it a matter of timing. So we saw, like, we go back. I want to keep going back to the Titan set because it's a really stark contrast.
Yeah.
Because we still have the same habit. It's focus attacking to land, but Neo was having a much easier time punishing Titan, who was landing on it, just because of the timing, it looks like.
Right.
So we saw Asimo doing a lot closer to the ground, because what would happen is Titan would be really high up in the air, and Neo would chase it with first up air and then the second up air because he's got a lot of time.
Yeah, you can just catch up with air drift.
Right, so you break it with the first up air, and then the second one's going to break it, you're going to catch it, you're going to a nightmare scenario. And Asimo has done just such a good job of picking the spots where they needed to actually focus attack through the up air, the approaching from Neo. And game 2, we're going right back to Pokemon Tekken 2. I want to ask you, Sean, how often do players just run it back?
In Japan?
In Japan.
Top level players will be used to like that whole idea of, especially if they traveled abroad, of the whole idea of the concept of running it back. Otherwise, no, you never do. You never do. But Asimo definitely experienced with, like, you know, traveling abroad. So
yes. I mean, same to Neo, right?
Yeah. Almost had that
try to hit him with a gotcha.
Yep.
Didn't quite get that and gets punished for it. Instead, Asimo now has a pretty clear advantage.
That's exactly what you're talking about with the coverage after the focus. He did it twice in a row. The third time, unfortunately, it didn't work out, and Asimo still keeps his stock until now with that pin. But yeah, that's precisely what you're talking about. I remember this one time, that it was the only other time that Neo played Asimo at Cafeteria Card. Neo had an edge guard, and Asimo had like all of his resources, but he was drifting in. He focused a back air, but because he focus cancelled it in after he got hit by the first back air. Neo, because the back air drifts him inwards, he can actually like drift along with the back air, and he hit the second back air and it like killed. It's like this, you get such niche interactions between these two characters whenever Asimo tries to like focus out of disadvantage.
Right.
And it's such like in Japan we call it yomiai. It's like a guessing game.
Yeah.
It's the best way.
A lot of Western viewers are familiar with the concept of Yomi once you get past the surface level.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yomi, yeah, that's just like the rock paper scissors, I guess.
Yeah, rock paper scissors scenario.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way.
Yeah. So like that's exactly what we're talking about. And if you really think about it, a lot of things in fighting games are really just abstraction of rock paper scissors decision making. So just like that situation. Oh my god, an absolutely filthy Shoryu to close out the stock. Dragon Punch to the skies. Neo trying to find the turn kill. Doesn't quite get it. But yeah, that's really a lot of what it comes down to. This is a very precarious situation, I'd say, for Neo. You have to be really careful. You see him being a little bit more reserved with the movement, especially with a pin on the platform. Very interesting choice there for him. Asimo trying to find a way to get in, because if he gets in right now, it's a lot of damage. Great pin there from Neo to secure the stock.
It's absurd how like pinpoint, well, not to put a pun on it, but
no, you absolutely
it's absurd how accurately he can manage to hit his pins. It's like they seem to kind of, when you see them get hit, when you see Neo converting them, half the time you're like, why did you even do that, and why did it even work in the first place?
Right.
Because he will have a read in his head of like, yeah, he'll probably do this, and it'll work. But then to like 50% of people, more like 80 or 90 to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be like, why'd you do that? How did that even work?
You gotta realize that...
No way does that kill. Fake ass kill stream, bro.
We're watching two top 0.1% players as Neo gets an absolutely filthy conversion. It was kind of a GG moment there. But we're watching two 0.1% level players here.
Yeah.
Maybe more, like 0.001%, right? There are not a lot of people better than these two players, Neo and Asimo.